The popular belief today that an Antichrist is a single man that would appear at the end of the world, a charismatic world leader that would entice all other leaders of governments throughout the world to honor and worship him, has gripped the minds of both professed Christians and non-Christians alike. But is this understanding true of the scripture's depiction of the Antichrist? Does history offer any help to us in understanding who or what is the Antichrist? In the words of some of the most revered Christian thinkers and writers over the last 500 years, the Reformers, some of whom gave their lives to defend the faith that was once delivered from the tyranny of the Roman Catholic Church. Those reformers sparked what is termed the Protestant Reformation, which proved to be a rejection of the false teachings of the Roman Catholic Church, who had corrupted the teachings of the Bible and supplanted it with human traditions, superstition, idolatry, and placing itself as the instrument through which salvation alone can be attained, while she reigned over the kings of Europe for more than a millennium. Though the Reformers did not agree on every theological point, yet they all agreed that the papacy, the Pope himself, was indeed the Antichrist that was already in the world. The description as outlined in the book of Daniel, the Epistle of John, and the writings of Paul to the Thessalonians, they believed spoke to no other than the Roman Pontiff. In Daniel chapter 11 verse 36, it states, "And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all." In 1 John chapter 2 verse 18, it states, "Little children, it is the last time, and as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time." In 1 John chapter 4 verse 3 it states, "And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, whereof you have heard that it should come, and even now already it is in the world." In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, it states, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." The great German reformer Martin Luther, who lit the fire of the Protestant Reformation that has not been extinguished and still burns in the heart of the faithful, stated,
"Nothing else than the kingdom of Babylon and of very Antichrist. For who is the man of sin and the son of perdition, but he who by his teachings and his ordinances increases the sin and perdition of souls in the church, while he yet sits in the church as if he were God. All these conditions have now for many ages been fulfilled by the papal tyranny."
Thomas Cranmer, a leader of the English Reformation and Archbishop of Canterbury during the reign of Henry III, and for a short time Mary I, who eventually put him to death for the charge of heresy and treason. Cranmer, linking the prophecies of Daniel chapter 7 and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, wrote, "After all these sprung up the Pope, that triple-crowned monster, and great Antichrist, which took upon him authority, not only over the clergy, but also climbed above kings and emperors, deposing them at his pleasure, and settled himself in the temple of God, that is, in the conscience of men, extolling himself above God, dispensing with God's law, and giving men leave to break them, and to regard more his decrees than the everlasting commandments of God." In the words of John Calvin, a French theologian, pastor, and reformer in Geneva during the Protestant Reformation, stated,
"Though it be admitted that Rome was once the mother of all churches, yet from the time when it began to be the seat of Antichrist, it has ceased to be what it was before. Some persons think us too severe and censure us when we call the Roman pontiff Antichrist. But those who are of this opinion do not consider that they bring the same charge of presumption against Paul himself, after whom we speak and whose language we adopt. I shall briefly show that Paul's words in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 are not capable of any other interpretation than that which applied them to the papacy."
Another reformer, John Wesley, an English cleric, theologian, and evangelist who was a leader of a revival movement within the Church of England known as Methodism, also stated,
"In many respects, the Pope has an indisputable claim to those titles. He is, in an emphatical sense, the man of sin, as he increased all manner of sin above measure, and he is, too, properly styled the son of perdition, as he has caused the death of numberless multitudes, both of his opposers and followers, and destroyed innumerable souls."
It is undoubtedly clear that church history is on the side of affirming that the office of the Pope is the seat of Antichrist. The question then remains if the reformers all saw that the Antichrist was indeed the Pope, or rather the papal office of the Pope, and Christians today claim they are inheritors of the Reformation, why then has there been a shift in this understanding concerning the Antichrist? Our next study will reveal the answer.